Hello everyone, good evening from Lagos, Nigeria, and thank you to Miss Olivia Friedman for having me as a part of this very important discussion. My name is Emmanuel Abara Benson. I'm a business reporter and editor currently working with Business Insider Africa. I've been asked to speak on the topic what leadership looks like in a thriving business, and I think I will begin by saying that for a business to be thriving, that means there has to be good leadership. So good leadership is the very first, the most basic thing that has to be in place for a business to thrive. But then when you look at it, you realize that good leadership can be contextual. You know, good leadership can mean something to different people. It can mean different things to different people. Let's take, for instance, for shareholders, good leadership might mean, um, having a set of leaders that are capable and capable of helping to actualize organizational goals. And what are organizational goals? Organizational goals are mostly all about making profit, making money, making sure that at the end of every financial year, shareholders have dividends to share, right? So that good leadership in that aspect is a good thing because profits are good. Companies have to make money. If companies are not making money, that means they are not in their businesses are not thriving. So making money is good, right? But then again, you realize that sometimes companies that focus mostly on profit making, as a testament to good leadership, they oftentimes do not. They oftentimes lack in the other aspects of good leadership. Let me explain what I mean. In Africa, we have lots of companies, and over the years, as part of my experience covering African companies, I've realized that oftentimes, especially small companies, startups specifically, and sometimes even established companies, the focus on profit making often means these companies have to cut down on costs, and cutting down on costs entails underpaying workers, especially the lower cadre workers. They underpay them and they tax them, they overuse them. So you can imagine underpaying some people and giving them more work to do, or so that at the end of the year the company will make profit. So to the shareholders, the leaders are doing the important thing because they are making money, but to the staff, to the workers, that is not good leadership. So good leadership to me has to be all encompassing. It has to take everybody into consideration. Whatever decisions the leaders make has to be beneficial, not just to the shareholders, not just to the companies, but also to the people that are working within the companies, the customers, or the people that buy the products and services made by these companies, and also the general public. So all stakeholders has to be carried along. All stakeholders have to benefit from good leadership. And if that is not happening, that means something is lacking somewhere. Now, the next point I have to make is about um, so moving on. You know that within every company there is an organogram, a well-established organogram of how the leadership should flow from the up to the down. Orders cascade from up. Usually that's how it is. Decisions are made by very few people, and then usually the directors of the company, and then from there the order or the decision or the policy has to be um, implemented down to the lowest ranking person. Now, most companies in Nigeria specifically, usually startups, right? They lack organizational structure, and that is a very good representation of poor leadership. There is lack of organizational structure. So the people working there do not have good reporting lines. They don't know who to report to, I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. Like there is lack of organization. It creates chaos. So a good leader, if you are the owner of a startup, for instance, one of the first things you should try to do is to create well-established reporting lines. In order to create order within your company. Unless you want everybody to just be doing what they need to do, what they like to do. People should know who they are reporting to, so that way performance can be well monitored, and everything will just be perfect from there. Something else I would like to point out is that for companies to thrive, leaders do not have to always feel the need um, to what's the word? They need to over supervise the people that are working for them. There is a word. There's something is called. Um, there's a yes. So leaders do not have the need. They don't have to micromanage their staff, right? If you micromanage people, you tend not to bring out the best in them because you are not giving them initiative. They can't use their initiative to do things on their own without relying on you, or without thinking, is my boss going to like this? Or if somebody use their initiative to do something, you just rubbish everything they've done. Tell them everything you've done is rubbish. This is not good enough. Then you literally dictate to them step by step how to carry out the assignments. In Nigeria and in most African countries, you find that a lot of bosses do this. They do this a lot. Perhaps it was done to them while they were junior staff. They feel the need to do it to other people now that they are in charge, right? And it's a very, very bad way to to run a business, or to be a leader, because that way initiative suffers. People do not have, they can't make decisions on their own, and you know over time you realize that they literally can't take any decision. They can't make initiatives. They can't take initiatives. They depend on their supervisors to literally do the work through them, which is bad. And that's something else, that's something I find a lot in the course of my reports on startups, especially in Africa, startups in Nigeria and other African countries, workers complaining about being micromanaged and the emotional turmoil it has on them. So I think for a business to thrive, the owners of such businesses to try as much as possible to give their workers the initiative and the free will to do certain things on their own without the fear of being micromanaged. So there are some other points I would like to make, but I feel like these are the most important the most important ones. And since time is not on my hand, I would like to, you know, to hand back over to Olivia. Thank you so much once again for having me. Oh, by the way, I was asked if someone asked me, um, let me see the question. If someone asked me, if someone asked me what, sorry, just a moment. Yeah, I'm right back. So, if someone asked me what makes me relentless, oh well, I would say it's just the spirit. As a Nigerian, it's in me to be relentless. To keep pushing until I achieve my goals. Because in this part of the world, almost the odds are literally against everyone. We don't have lots of opportunities over here, so you have to keep striving and striving until you get your goals actualized. So you can't afford to give up. If you give up, the system is not there to help you in any way. So you are literally the one helping yourself from the get-go, from the beginning, right from when you are in school, when you finish school, and until the day you die. If you don't take care of yourself, the system doesn't have any plans for you in place to take care of you. So you don't have a choice but to take care of yourself. So that is what keeps me relentless. So thank you so much once again, Miss Olivia, for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity to be a part of this discussion, as I said earlier on. So thank you to everyone that has listened to me. Thank you so much.